yeah, I just wanted to do a quick interview with you because obviously you've graduated through the 8 weeks, and you've done very well. And I think that your story is probably a little bit different to what I've covered before, with some of the other ladies. So I think that you will inspire um, a group that, other people that, what am I trying to say here? Like with the other ladies that I've interviewed, there's certain people that people can relate to, whereas your story is a little bit different again, so other people will be able to relate to you as well. But tell us a little bit about where you were when I first spoke to you. Where were you at?
Well, I was, I guess, feeling a little bit, I wouldn't say depressed, but I guess a little not in, I guess, as good a headspace, because I'd had like a long-term relationship of 5 years that had ended probably about 6 months or so prior to starting this. But, it's a bit of an uplift, you move out and you've got to buy furniture and, settle into a new sort of lifestyle and things like that. And I was feeling, I guess, a little bit lost with all of that. So,
Yeah.
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 But,
yeah. And, yeah, so, and I guess you weren't, you didn't have necessarily a huge heap of weight to lose. Yours was more about, obviously, you wanted to change your body composition, tone up a lot more, but also the mental side of things as well. You wanted to change. And how do you feel now compared to you did at the start? What are some things that have
definitely,
changed, do you think?
definitely a lot happier during the day most days, and feeling pretty confident and good about myself. And I mean, I didn't really notice like the changes in my body until I started taking the photographs, which I was actually quite reluctant to do initially, but it was actually quite good to see, because it was, you don't really notice because you see yourself every day, but then when you actually have the photographs, it's like it makes a big difference. So yeah.
Yeah, and you have lost a fair bit, in terms of your measurements though, and I can definitely tell that you've definitely, yeah. I mean, because like we said, you're not huge to begin with. You wanted to obviously tone up, lean down, but that's still a fair amount to lose for, like, in that time frame for what your starting was. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure that your photos look amazing.
I think so.
And I'm glad that you think so.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed with you, in particular with your journey, is that with your food, you have been like so good with it. Like, you've been on point throughout basically the whole time. Once we kind of got you to that initial point, it might have been the first couple of weeks where we started getting you to eat a little bit more, but from then it was just like constant. Although there was a few, actually, your biggest problem was drinking, wasn't it? Going out on the weekends.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal though, but that was kind of like your vice. Like, everyone has their vice, and yours was more the drinking on the weekends and stuff like that. So, um, you're not really drinking now, are you? That much?
Um, Not as much as I was. No, I mean, I did go out, I guess, it would have been Thursday night. So
Hmm.
that was like a special occasion. So I figured, you
Yeah,
know, won't kill me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But the thing, with your food, right? What was it like? How did you manage to keep it so on point, like throughout the whole time? Like, I know that a lot of people are struggling with this. So what is it that you think that was the thing that helped you through that? Did you plan? Did you prep? What was it that? You did.
It was it's definitely the food prep. You can't, I'm actually doing it at the moment. So I think being like taking the time to, have a day of preparing all your food because, during the week after work, it's not something that I really want to spend a lot of time doing is cooking. I mean, I love cooking, but, I think just having that food prep there, and because I also live by myself, I think it's a little bit easier because I can make a meal for 4 people and that will last me like 4 meals. So
Yeah.
for the week, that sort of that amount of food will keep me going. So I'll cook like today. I'll cook about 3 or 4 meals, and that'll be enough for lunches and dinners for the rest of the week. And it gives me enough variety as well because there's 3 different like lunches and dinners to choose from. So
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, but it's all done. So yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you just like switch it up, do you? Like on a weekly
Yeah, like
basis, you just tend to choose like a few to cook and then
yeah. There I do have
yeah.
my like favorite ones that I cook. So I love the Seng Chow Bao and like anything with chicken really I love. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 It's super.
And it makes things easier as well. And I find that's like, I mean, at first it can seem like it's a bit of a mission, but once you kind of like do a few recipes and you find the ones you like, then you like it's like with anything. Like once you've cooked the recipe a couple of times and you don't even have to use the recipe, you kind of like know exactly what you need to get. You go to the supermarket, you get this, this, and this. You know how to cook it. It's easy, it's quick. Um, but yeah, that's like the best thing you could possibly do is have kind of like a rotation and you kind of think about what you need at the start of the week and then you just go in and do it and make that for the week. So yeah, you've done really well because something I noticed is your breakfast was generally the same. Um, your snacks were the same, but then you obviously rotated the lunch and the dinner.
Yeah. And I love eggs,
Yeah.
so having eggs for a snack doesn't is quite nice
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're eating a lot of food, aren't you? You're eating a lot more than you did at the start, aren't you?
Yeah, a lot more. I'm quite surprised by how much food I'm eating actually, like, and actually not feeling full because before I would be quite full quite quickly. Like when I'm at work, there are a few people at work who are also trying to lose weight and things like that, and they're eating more than I am. Admittedly, they're men, so I can't like
Yeah.
really compare myself to them. But even still, like I made myself a laksa a few weeks ago, and I had the bowl, and it was huge. And I was like, "Does anyone want to share this with me?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, but we've already eaten." And then I ate it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I actually ate it all." So and
Yeah, because you weren't what was that?
had a snack later.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I think that was a big change that obviously you made throughout this process was eating more food, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like because I think like before I probably ate quite a bit of food still, but it was always like at nighttime. So like during the day, not eating hardly anything, and then just pigging out when I got home.
Yeah,
So
and because you were still exercising as well. You were doing like runs and
yeah,
all that kind of. So you were active. You just weren't giving your body what it needed.
no, that's pretty much it. Yeah, like
Mm.
yeah, because I still go for my one run a week, but no, I'm certainly not doing as much like cardio, I guess. I do a lot of walks, so yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So that's like for anyone listening, like that's if you are very resistant to the whole eating more food more regularly, I mean, Deb is like a prime example of that. When I met Deb, she wasn't eating nowhere near the amount of food. She was eating a huge dinner. She was running a lot, and you weren't really seeing any change, were you? You just kind of the
no,
same. It was just you were just kind of just there. Um,
yeah,
and then now, like after 8 weeks, she's literally like leaned up and her body's completely changed just purely by eating more food. So if anyone is a bit resistant to that, it definitely does work. And I know that it can seem really counterintuitive because it's just like, what the hell, eat more food. But it honestly does work because it gets your body out of that starvation mode. So like Deb's seen, you know, she's definitely burnt fat over the last 8 weeks. You know, she's built muscle and burnt fat, as she, you know, will tell you in her photos, and I can see that in her measurements as well. So yeah. And
Yeah.
the other thing that we did with you is we got you to decrease the running, didn't we? And we changed the exercise a little bit. Yeah, changed the exercise a little bit. Because what was your exercise before you started? What were you doing? What was kind of around about? What
Um,
would a week be?
it would be a fair amount of walking, which I still do, and quite a bit of like running and like occasionally going for rowing as well. But now I've cut the rowing out and it's just one run a week. So
Yeah. So you were mainly cardio based
yes, mostly cardio based. Pretty much all
at the
cardio
start.
based actually.
Yeah.
I did do yoga as well, which I guess is quite weight resistant, but it's not like there's not as much resistance, I guess, from doing like the like actual weights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your workouts
Yeah.
are really good, I think, because you get a bit of variety, and I like the sort of circuit, the way they're built into circuits. So your
Mm.
body doesn't sort of like rest, if you know what I mean. It's like, because
Yeah.
with yoga, you kind of build up into something and then come back down in a way. And then with this, it's like, you kind of start quite high and then you just change. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean that's the thing as well. Yeah, you did yoga. So you're doing yoga, resistance, one run, and you're doing quite a lot of walking. But you didn't do much resistance before that, did you? Like have you done anything like the workouts before?
No, not really.
No. So this is kind of like the first time you've kind of experimenting with a bit of weight and resistance training, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I thought you might have done a little bit before, but okay.
I had done like when like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I used to go with a lady I worked with, but that was a long time ago, and that was only for a few months as well. So it wasn't like how it is now. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
and that was
and
cardio as well. Yeah,
yeah. So um, can you see how the weight training changes your body? Like you can see the changes in your body. Can you see how it changes you rather than the cardio kind of just keeps you the same? Whereas
yeah.
the weights have really changed.
It sort of made the waist a little bit more like like it was always kind of that shape, but it seems to be more like that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, you get a little bit more shape. I mean, you get you kind of shape your body shapes better. If that makes sense, that doesn't really make sense, but it kind of yeah, it actually and because as well, right? Because a lot of women think that doing weight or resistance training makes them manly, but in actual fact, it actually gives you more curves. Would you agree with that?
I definitely agree with that. Like I don't feel like I look very masculine at the moment at all.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
anything,
yeah,
it's more curvy. So yeah,
yeah,
but in a
yeah.
good way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so what's kept you motivated throughout the whole time? You seem to be very, once you got initially into it, I mean, you had a few, it wasn't even that bad though. I mean, you had a few weekends where you're like, oh my God, Sarah, I was at my aunt's or whatever, and I stuffed up, and I was just like, no, it's fine. Oh, I'm gonna run out of battery. This always happens, doesn't it? Um, but yeah, this always happens. I always run out of battery. What has kept you motivated, do you think?
Um, I think one thing is like I never know when I'm going to get a check-in. So like a food calorie check-in, so that keeps me on point. So it's like, oh, I better make sure I eat well today. Another thing is I really do genuinely want things to kind of improve in my life. Not even like my life was so terrible before or anything like that, but I think the only way you can sort of grow or get better is to work on things. So I think just
Yeah.
making the commitment for myself was really big. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, kind of
Because,
it makes you focus on that.
yeah,
You know, it makes you think about, okay, what am I doing this week to get towards that goal? It just makes you focus on it, because it's very easy to want to make changes and stuff like that, but then the weeks kind of get away with, like time goes quick, and you know, being in your life, like working and all the rest of it, it's very easy for time to get away, whereas this kind of makes you, okay, what are you doing this week, what's your goal for this week, so okay, that's what I'm doing. You're kind of focused on it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And how do you feel? Do you feel a lot better about yourself now?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Like feeling pretty confident and yeah, like I can do anything.
That's good. That's good,
Yeah,
because you weren't too bad at the start, but I think that you definitely wanted to improve your confidence. So that's really good.
yeah.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. So, what would you say to some of the ladies that are watching? What's something that you
I
would
think
say to them?
I think to have faith in the program, like and even though some things may not necessarily may not be how you perceive weight loss to be, that you know you have to kind of accept that whatever it is that you were doing before may not have been working. So what you like, I guess
Yeah.
you've got to kind of accept that you've got to challenge your beliefs as well, because like with the eating more and the muscle mass and doing weights thing, I do know that you know some women don't want to do that because they think that they will get bulky or look less feminine if they do that, but like I definitely don't believe that anymore. So there's that, and also the food thing has been amazing. Like, yeah, like I'm eating a lot, so and I'm actually getting
Yeah.
hungry as well. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, you, it's not like you don't feel restricted, do you? Oh, look,
no,
hang on one sec. I'm gonna have to get a battery pack. 1 second. Sorry, guys, this always happens. I always run out of battery. Should learn, but I think it's actually my phone. What's that?
what, what phone do you have?
Oh, it's an iPhone, of course. I think they get to a certain point and then I don't know. Someone said that when if you charge your phone without it going right down low, um, it loses its battery and its battery ability to hold the whatever it is. So I always do that. I don't know. Anyway, my battery's stuff, but here we go. It's all fine. All good.
I've been told that too, but
So I'm charged now.
I still charge it all
Yeah,
the time.
me too. It'll be like 90%, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm better charge it. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
probably the reason why it's probably the reason why it does it. But anyway, let me just make sure that that's fine. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, so you don't you don't feel restricted, do you? Or do you?
No, not really, no. Like I haven't really like felt like I've missed anything really. So
Yeah, and I mean, you can still, I mean, you still have done it. Like, you've still gotten a result, right? And you've still had weekends where you've gone out, you've had friends come, and you've, had a bender or whatever. Like, you've still done that over that period of time, and it hasn't destroyed anything.
no, not at all. And I think like with like the food and things like that, it can kind of open up other sort of, I guess, tastes and experiences that you may not have had. Like you kind of explore and research a bit more on food. So you find these new
Okay.
recipes that you haven't tried before, and it's like, oh wow, I really like that. So you end up, I guess, your taste sort of change and evolve with it. So yeah. So
Yeah.
instead of thinking about, fish and chips or, hamburgers or whatever, it's like, oh, well, I'll try this, like the Sang Chao Bao is delicious. So like I'll have that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just, yeah, I guess it's just about, I mean, look, yeah, your taste buds do change, but also, um, like you have like so many choices. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the choices are endless, and it's not like you're eating tasteless food. It can be as tasty as you want it to be. It's just, yeah, like you said, thinking outside the box a little bit and experimenting and yeah, it's not like you're restricted in eating this, and this. It's, you have a wide range of stuff that you can eat. It's just, yeah, it's just about thinking
Yeah.
outside the box. I think you did that very well because did you enjoy cooking before?
Oh, yeah, I've always enjoyed
Oh,
cooking.
you always,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, okay,
It's a
yeah.
family
Because
thing.
what was that?
It's a family thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you enjoyed experimenting with the new stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
awesome. All right. Is there anything else that you want to say to the ladies, or any last words?
I think I think one of the things, if I could say to the ladies, it would be um, like they have to be the ones to put in the effort. I think like even if you're having a hard day, it all really comes down to you as well. So, you know, I guess Sarah can say and give you as much guidance as you like, but if you don't actually action that or put that into action, then you're not going to get the results, and that really comes down to you. So yeah, I know that might sound a little harsh or whatever, but that's kind of my thinking. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Not at all. No, not harsh at all. It's exactly right. There's only so much that I can do. I can't do the work for anyone. And the thing is, as well, is that, I mean, look, there's been so many ladies that have come through the program that have gotten amazing results, like you included. Like, you've done amazingly well. Um, so it's there. I mean, the plan is there. All you have to do is follow it. The people that follow it and actually do it and follow along get results, and that's just how it kind of works. And so, um, yeah, like, you should be very proud of yourself because you have like really committed to it. You've learned. You've showed up to most of the check-ins. You have been present throughout the process, and that's why you've gotten really good results because you have made the time and you did put in the effort. So yeah, you should be very proud of yourself. I hope that you are.
Oh, thank you. I am.
Has anyone noticed a difference with you? Any friends or family?
um, well, my workmates have, yeah. So, and that's been
Hmm.
really nice. And I I had that thing the other night as well. So I kind of I bought a dress from this shop called, I think it's Chic or Shape or something.
Chic. Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, like normally when I used to go in there, I would be like a 12 or a 10, and now I'm like in an 8, so I'm happy with that. So, I mean, I'm quite
Yeah,
short.
wow. Yeah. Yeah, you looked amazing. I seen that your picture come up on Facebook. You looked stunning. You look
Yeah,
stunning in
she
that
did a good
photo.
job.
Yeah, you
I
look
feel like
stunning. So,
at the moment though.
what was that?
Like I'm almost like my own ugly sister at the moment though. Like she did a really good job on the face and the hair.
Oh no, no way. You look fine. You're very, very pretty girl. So,
Oh,
no,
thank
you look
you.
fine. Um, yeah, so that's awesome, and I'm really glad that you're feeling better. You're feeling more comfortable. You're feeling more confident, and like I said before, that's all on you. You've committed to the program and you followed it, and yeah, so I just want to say thanks for jumping on and taking time out of your day to share your story with us as well. I'm sure that other people will be inspired by you, and yeah, I just wanted to share your success and your story.